999 centuries, but we want him to do it, of course. This crowd would see something very special going to happen at some point. Nearly yesterday. Looked like he would make a maximum, actually, to do it. In the last frame, wasn't to be. But the most important thing is this is a tough match. Ryan Day can be a little erratic in terms of form, but we know when he comes good, he comes really good. He won this British Open title 2 years ago. One of 4 world ranking trophies he's got to his name. So clearly the priority for Trump is to win the match and put himself through to round 3. Ryan Day played pretty well yesterday against Louis Heathcote, who's dangerous. Came through 4-1. Of course, we saw Judd Trump impressive against Robert Milkins, same scoreline.
Touching ball.
Yes, the open draw has not made things easy. Of course, Rob Milkins was Judd's opponent yesterday. He dispatched the Milkman, although he's just out of the 16 from last season, so top player. And Ryan Day's been in the 16 on a number of occasions. He's a little bit Jekyll and Hyde these days, Ryan. You don't know quite how he'll play, but as you've heard, he was victorious here, well, in this event anyway, 2 years ago. And I think we all know what he's capable of. If anything, a match of this kind where the pressure's not on him might be in some ways an advantage, or might see him play better, because he's up and down.
Yeah, I mean, he's not really been talked about as he coming into the match. It's been about his opponent. He doesn't mind that, I think, Ryan. Not bothered about that. Viewers will recall about 18 months ago at the Tour Championship, in a single match, he made a maximum and also a 16 red total clearance that started with a free ball. And in fact, in the next event, the World Qualifying, he made a 146. So he can certainly do the heavy scoring himself.
Fairly immaculate safety, that, isn't it? Well, I'm not sure if there's any, maybe a slightest of edges. Doesn't appear that way. I thought perhaps to the right of the pink. We're not quite down the line, but the answer looks to be no, that he can't get to anything directly.
One.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't find a way out of there. He's probably just hoped a bit lucky and he'd find his way on the black, but not so.
Brown ball.
Probably going to be on it about 2 out of 10 in the shot he played.
Ryan Day 1.
The head-to-head favours Trump, 5 wins to 2. Most recent was at the Masters 2023. He came through a thriller, 6-5 round 1, went on to win the tournament.
One.
Well, I mean, it's just wonderful cueing, isn't it? There might have been a time back in the day when players would have rolled up behind green. This is just, I mean, he's tight under that cushion. It's hard to, A, get the accuracy, and B, at the sort of pace. Wonderful cueing.
5.
Problem he's got here is not only these, not much of an angle on the blue. Wouldn't want to pop the black until the red is off the black spot. So, providing he's on any reds, now there's a slightly slow walk down the left side of the table. Makes me wonder if he's on anything. But we're saying that no point in potting the black until the red's off the black spot. Would have been tied up, but the break is over. Almost before it started.
Judd drum 10.
He's had a plant of some kind. He's looked at the reds, the right corner here. Well, he's given a half-decent chance away here. And he's not the sort of person you want to leave in amongst them, Ryan Day.
One.
Yeah, as I said earlier, his form can be erratic. That can be the case within a single tournament. When he won this British Open, the semi-final against Robbie Williams, it was a late-night finish, went the distance, and he was not at all happy, saying he didn't even want to play the final. Well, he did play it. He played really well against Mark Allen.
I mean, that's the glorious uncertainty of sport, and also finals can be different in a lot of different sports. Go back to the old FA Cup finals. You know, you might get a side outside the top division beating a top division side. And while Ryan is one of the better players in the world, you know, going into it, like you say, Mark Allen had played all the snooker until finals day. But that is not anywhere near.
Round A6.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a long career and he's, you know, played in all the venues and a lot of TV time. But Trump plays basically every match in this environment. He's very settled on the main table. Ryan Day will come in, obviously, from, I think he was on table 4 yesterday against Louis Heathcote. Suddenly there's a lot more attention on him. So looking to settle early. Didn't quite happen there.
One.
Same applies really about where the red is close to the black spot, which just makes you not expect the black to be potted very soon.
8.
I think the numbers, and we've spoken about it enough, tells you that he knows exactly how to make a break. Greatest ever break builder, has to be O'Sullivan, but Trump in his own way is right up there. But at the moment,
Judd Trump.
He's struggling positionally earlier on, and that was, let's be honest, pretty regulation. No reason why he should miss that, but Snooker's not an easy game.
One. Friday one.
I'll be honest, I was watching him on that. He didn't look very comfortable on it. I thought he was leaning across and he didn't appear to be in line. I mean, and the proof of the pudding was he wasn't in line. Got nowhere near the black.
One.
Well, it was a very unexpected miss on the pink from Trump, but it's like it never happened. And that may be possibly his last sort of regulation miss of the night. We'll see. It's an edgy start, certainly. But he's back in. Of course, already this season he won the Shanghai Masters. That's an invitation event, but a huge one. He was runner-up in the Xi'an Grand Prix, a ranking event in China, to Karen Wilson.
9.
Of course, he won the new Saudi Arabia Masters, $500,000. First prize, 10-9 on the black with a great clearance against Mark Williams. Went out quarter-finals last week at the English Open, so it's been a very productive campaign already. He's earned just under 800,000 so far this campaign.
14.
It's not bad when you think
15.
we're still in September, which is kind of when in previous years the season is just about getting started, never mind having won all that money.
There's no century on here. Maybe that's good news. You can just settle into the match because he's had all that all day long
20.
in his ears, and you can understand it. A lot of excitement for the moment when it comes, but as I say, it will come. It's just
21.
that he would rather stay in the tournament, of course.
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up playing, you know, anyone who was helping you with the game would say, don't worry about the centuries. They only win you
26.
one frame. But obviously, in the case of Judd, he's won him 999 frames over the years.
27.
'So not a great frame, but any colour with this red, and
32.
it'll be Snooker's that Ryan Day needs if he ever comes back to the table during this frame.
33. 'Brown ball. 37.
So it's been a slightly false start, a couple of mistakes, but ultimately Trump can forget
38.
that because Ryan Day went wrong almost immediately on his last chance, and this frame is done.
45. 46.
Now, does he play on the yellow, or is he going to take the cue ball into the pink? Frame's over anyway. Oh, yeah, he's going to do something that's involves a lot of screw inside anyway. I think he did play that
53.
from the cushion. Ball still spinning. So he's why he looked down at the ball. He makes the game look very easy, especially at times like this when the frame's won. All the shots come out. Goodish start.
55 in the first
Yeah,
game.
it took a bit of time to get going, but in the end, that 55 has secured Judd Trump a 1-0 lead here against Ryan Day. Ryan Day, second round, last 64 of the British Open here in Cheltenham. Ryan Day did have a few chances early on in the frame. Trump eventually made 55.
I think he might have gone for that, but hit the wrong side of it. But the cue will always go into safety.
Last season's World Championship runner-up, Jack Jones, has won the first frame against Alfie Burden on table 2. You can watch that live, of course, on ITVX.
That is quite some shot, actually, rolling it against the nap of the cloth, thin. Devilishly difficult shot to pot that one. Quite unlucky. He actually has gone into the reds, and he strangely has got a shot, but the initial impact was just out. But he can play on the black. He's going to have to use Spider. Maybe he can reach it. Mightn't be quite as bad as it first looked.
Seven.
His ranking
14.
position has yo-yoed quite a bit over the years. And the last few, he always seems to have been either just in or just out of the top 16. At the moment, he's out at 19. But he's been as high as 6.
15.
Yes, and he's won 4 ranking events, but no doubt the 2022 British Open would rate higher than Riga Masters, Gibraltar Open or Shootout. Not to disrespect those events, of course, but this one's a biggie.
22.
I don't know if the red's gone far enough to be cut back to middle, that one by the right corner, right middle pocket. In the overhead, you'd say yes, wouldn't you? But a mighty thin one. Yeah, it went easily.
23.
Tell you what, he's had a few nudges in this break, hasn't he? Goodness me. Cue ball's gone everywhere.
Yes, for quite a long time he was probably top of that list. You'd only be top of the best player not to win a ranking title, but that did end with that success in Riga in 2017.
29.
And then just a few months later he won a big invitation event in Romania and he won a ranking event in Gibraltar. So it just shows you just winning that first one is the biggest step of all to take.
Friday, 29.
Disappointing again, really, that. Really tried to sort of almost muscle it in, didn't he, rather than let the cue flow through. A lot of shoulder went into it. important frame for Ryan. Yes, he missed a black, but he's got a handy little lead, and you know, if he's going to win a match of this magnitude against the world #1, he can't go 2-0 down because he's had chances. So if he can get himself level, then he can sort of regroup. Looks like a bit uncomfortable there, didn't he? As if he'd done something to his shoulder or whatever. That looks to be a pretty good safety shot. He's covered a lot of reds. He may have left one that's potable. Oh, goodness me.
Miss. Round A6.
Well, that might be going back, and if so, it could be a long while. I mean, it depends if he could get to one of the reds.
Well, they sort of had a smile at each other.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of balls moved here, but none of it was meant to happen. Because he actually did play a good shot. He covered most of the reds. Any referee would be absolutely overjoyed at not having to put those back.
Well, he may be regretting it now.
One.
Well, it's not a great
8.
kiss, but I don't know if he can, at force, pop that red down the cushion. If he plays the one close to the black, it'll go into the black, and then position is not assured. With this one, it is, if it goes in. Never there, was it?
Judd trump 8.
Now then, Ryan Day, you've had chances. You've kind of been a bit casual. But Judd Trump is giving Ryan Day opportunities which he must start taking.
One.
Yeah, I mean, Trump was very impressive last night against Robert Milkins, who I'm sure would have loved all these chances that Ryan Day's had so far. He's already got a useful lead here.
Eight.
Well, he's played the positive shot to get them open, but this next one could be the one in terms of the key to winning the frame or losing it.
Round A, 8.
Well, again, it was a brilliant chance. I mean, that would have been the best of the lot had that gone in. On the blue with the reds everywhere.
One.
Be a difficult frame to win from where the balls are for
6.
Judd. 29 behind. He can certainly get his nose in front, but whether he takes those two reds on the left cushion,
7.
it's not guaranteed.
12. 13.
I wonder if he's interested in just chipping the red to the top side
20.
of the pink, away from there and over the middle pocket. That's what he's done. Nice
21.
shot. Showed a lot of foresight there. He knows he needs all those slightly awkward reds. He's going to win the frame here.
Twenty-six. 27.
Little clip on the red was not intended.
Brown ball.
So the frame
Check
lives
trump,
on, and
27.
Ryan still with a chance. Probably not from this shot.
This is something that, over the years, Trump has built into his game, the discipline, the acceptance that it's better to try and get your opponent in trouble than take on too many risky shots. And so many matches the last few years haven't all been century after century. A lot of it's been the other side of the game.
Well, you didn't expect that red to come across towards the left middle. Played the cue ball pretty well.
One.
That's a nice shot. That is. It didn't look much, but without the cannon, the cue ball was coming away from the red.
Nine.
Well, you can get the frame one long before the pink, which is locked on the cushion, comes into play. That's very important.
Green ball.
This has got to really go if it's going to be on the red. Self-inflicted snooker.
12. trump, 12.
Well, at one point, it looked like he'd be left a sitter here. That's not quite the case now.
If that shot will be the difference in amongst all of the mistakes, maybe a telling safety shot like that, snookering the Welshman. Well, this is a big swerve. Played it well. He's a really good red, and now he giving himself these opportunities, put himself in the picture, hasn't he, with that shot?
So yellow, green, brown and blue. Be 14 in front with 13 on.
Six.
And he makes it 1-1 here. It's a bit of a result, really, for Ryan Day, who has made a lot of errors. He's pot success. He's down at 75%. I know it's early, but yeah, he's made quite a few mistakes.
Pretty crucial, though, isn't it? The fact that he will go 14 in front once the blue is potted. That certainly helps.
$13.
Now you can just roll this in and drop the pink down the cushion.
18.
So we've arrived at 1-all. Not sure how.
Well, yesterday it was a panic for Trump to get here, wasn't he? He was stuck in traffic. He only just made it. Played really well. He was here in good time today, but he's not quite replicating that performance yet as the pink goes in. Ryan Day delighted to get that chance. He's made a nice clearance. And he levels the scores. Best of 7, and they're all square at 1 each. Judd Trump and Ryan Day here at the British Open Night 2. This is still the second round, the last 64. The winner will play either Mark Davis or Zhao Guodong. They're currently on table 3, and Zhao Guodong's won the opening frame there. Of course, the draw is the balls are pulled out at random, FA Cup style.
Foul. Jet from 4.
It's one of those in-offs that you know might happen, but you probably couldn't play it if you were playing billiards. The red's gone up there. The worst outcome after stealing a frame, if you like.
One.
Now, is he going to go straight into these? because he's got the angle on the blue to get right into the top of the pink. No, he's waiting.
Six. Seven.
Well, I really doubt that he'll refrain from going into them this time. It looks the best way to get the frame one. It's a good split. If he's not on one, he's unlucky because, as I always say, the cue ball is stopped in the middle of the table. Could have been on an easier red. He's got the one he's close to. Don't know what else goes to the right corner. So for how he hit it, he didn't get much rewards.
Thirteen.
Well, the black goes to the right corner if you wanted to land in behind it. It wouldn't usually be the shot to play. I think he is going to play it.
17.
Getting the black on his own spot. And all of a sudden he could be in business here. Tricky little shot this one though. Very nice.
Well, certainly a good chance for a frame-winning break, and then
24.
we'll see what happens after that.
25.
Judd Trump's 20th season as a professional. So it's a great average, isn't it? 50 a season in terms of centuries. But as well as that, all the 80s and 90s that have won frames in one visit.
32.
Always had this game trying to get the balls open, kill frames off. As I said earlier, though, if it does go wrong, he can play the other side. That is what has changed over the years, and that's why he's been so successful. He can mix it when he needs to, but he'd rather be scoring.
$39. 40. 47.
And 2 or 3 looks at those 5 reds in the middle of the table. See if anything goes. Well, he's got a choice.
48.
If he doesn't think anything is gettable on, then he can certainly nudge them. Again, it's okay.
55. 56.
Well, the black are one more red to put the frame safe.
That'll annoy him because, yes, the red is frame ball, but you know, he can't avoid going into the two reds and the pink here. He was under pace on the black. Just needs things to happen, to fall into place here.
64.
He's sure to keep the break going anyway. It's only one snooker. I think we all know why.
Brown ball.
Brown to middle, playing on the low red, below the black spot. Ah,
Judd trumps.
it is one snooker, but there's obviously no century.
Yeah, there was a real sense of anticipation there. We'll have to wait for that. And as you say, frame not absolutely done and dusted yet.
Not been very threatening tonight, Ryan Day, and you can't say he's not had chances because he has had chances.
Yeah, I mean, there's the pot success. Ryan Day down at 76%. Trump nearer to 90, 87. He's likely to be higher, but 76. That's going to have to go up if you're going to win. Well, a full-blooded attempt, but he's left a red on and he's going to concede. So, in the end, Judd Trump's 64 was enough to win frame 3. And he edges ahead here against Ryan Day, 2 frames to 1. So Ryan Day trailing 2-1. He did win that close second frame, but again, a few chances went begging in the third. Trump made 64.
Long red there. Going cleanly, but did go in, and he can land on the 2 reds above the black here, the natural.
Six. Seven. 14. 15.
Just working out which way to go, whether to go into them or... I mean, you can play on the left-hand red. It's looking at all the percentages. Yeah, well, after all that, it's not really worked out. Worst possible
20.
outcome. Did neither one thing nor the other there. So it would be a safety shot. It's all it can be. Twice across, maybe. Behind the brown would be quite handy for Judd Trump. Not quite
Judd
made
Trump,
that.
20.
He looks in control, doesn't he? Let's be honest. More so than Ryan Day, who's just not really fired tonight.
Well, that shot has certainly opened things up. Can Ryan Day just get going here? Just settle in and pot a few. His highest break so far, just 29. Although, of course, he has won a frame. But he is known for heavy scoring. We've talked about Trump's centuries. Ryan Day, 464 to his name, including 3 maximum breaks.
Eight.
It's probably now or never, isn't it? This match has
9.
not been his, but in a best of 7, you know, a burst of half an hour, 40 minutes, and you can turn things around, and he's capable of that. But not on tonight's showing.
$14. 15. 21. 22.
Of course, there's points that he won 2 years ago, coming off the 100,000 on the ranking, so he's going to slip back. He's 19. He's going to fall unless, of course, he has another good run here. I think the frustrating thing for Ryan, he doesn't know himself what's going to happen. He clearly still practicing hard and has the belief, but
29.
performances sort of come and go these days.
Yeah, I mean, to a lesser extent, it was the same when he won the shootout, wasn't it? He was a bit struggling for points, and they helped him. Got him back to where he probably deserves to be. But then they came off and didn't help him either. So anyway, it's being a snooker player, you know, he's certainly good enough. But he seems to have lapsed concentration tonight. Nothing really, he hasn't looked in the zone.
38.
Still would make him a dangerous player if he could just get in and get a frame-winning break under his belt here and move on to the next frame.
$45. 46.
I think this is the thing, though. Some players, they start well, continue in that vein in matches. Some players start badly, don't get any better. Ryan, as I say, it's a real mixture. You know, he was struggling badly earlier, scrambled the second frame. Now it's in here, although he's lost the cue ball a little. Yeah, and he's sort of gesticulating
53.
about it. Little shake of the head.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so bad going through bulk and back down with the green almost out of harm's way where it is, so he's got a clear path up and down. I'd expect him to land on a red from this. Something down that right side, maybe. If not, he could play one at mid-range, the left-hand red.
$59. Brandy, 59.
So even in the course of that break, it was a little erratic. It's finally ended, and frame certainly not done yet. 39 in front. Still 59 available. Green on the side cushion would help Day at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking at getting this match back to a level, really, which kind of goes against the run of play, and that's gone a bit too far as well. Not easy to get on the red from here.
Judd Trump, 3.
Strange shot that, wasn't it? He's actually made things a bit difficult for Ryan Day to get back to the other end. But he's got a clear shot at these two reds.
Jack Jones motoring 3-0 now over Alfie Burden on table 2. There's Jack. Of course, had that incredible run to the World Final.
He was just looking down the line of the red, see if it passes the pink to the right corner. Good effort.
Artemis. Brand 4.
Having the key ball placed by Prolitina Velichkova and the referee.
Yeah. Can you put it on the screen?
Just going to check with the marker that it's where it should be.
Straight into the table.
Towards you.
Towards me, yeah. Yeah.
Run.
Well, we know what's coming now. A warning, he's got to hit it the third time.
Artemis. Brand 4.
Otherwise it's end of frame. Yeah. Ryan Day not getting out of his seat, understandably.
Interesting one, isn't it? Because I don't know what he could play, really. He's still got to play a similarly thin shot on this red. Whether he can do something to the other two. But like you say, even though he's behind, he wouldn't want to just hand a frame to Ryan Day while he can win.
Ryan, okay, I've got to warn you that if you miss once again, you'll lose the frame.
That's the warning.
Yeah, has to hit a red, otherwise it's 2-2.
Playing that kind of thick safety shot. And, you know, the amount of times you see that shot on the third attempt and it almost looks the right shot, doesn't it? There's nothing wrong with that. Why didn't he do it from the beginning?
I think Ryan Day's just saying he should have another 4 points on his score. Quite rightly.
Quite a clever shot. He's covered them all. I don't know if the, I mean, he's leading 2-1 here, but I don't know whether sort of there's been a bit of a distraction with all the talk of 1,000 centuries. Has affected the performance, maybe even both players. Been a match with quite a few mistakes made, and I think Ryan has left this on. Depends whether he can pass the red that's right next to him. He's going to play it. He wouldn't want to be hitting it too hard, I don't think. Either it goes or it doesn't, and that was nicely done.
1. Eight. 9. 16. 17.
'Yellow to green to brown are going to be the problem balls, even the blue not on its spot, so these next 4 shots, not easy. I mean, I suppose the double on the green, if he's straight on the yellow, is
24.
one way of keeping the break going. You can get the cue ball back to sort of the same line as it is now. He might think that he can double the green to left middle. Somewhere about there. Naturally, the cue ball would head towards the brown, so I'd rather not leave a double, but it might be the best option from here.
$26. 29.
Yeah, you're kind of reluctant to say end of break with Judd, but it is this time. You're not even going to attempt a pot. So the brown goes in the middle. Does it pass the... No, just playing to get the brown ball safe.
Judd trump, 29.
Put him back in the frame with some sort of a chance now.
Well, there's the frame time. Not overly long by any means, but a very crucial stage you feel for Ryan Day. If he's going to win tonight, made it 59 break, hasn't got over the line yet.
Well, he'll fancy having a go at this and getting behind the blue. Where he's so good, isn't it? He's not sort of the most natural shot, but he's a bit of a shot maker. And he played it perfectly.
9.
And this is a frame he's not really been in, Trump, but he's looked like he's going to steal it.
Yeah, centuries are great, but psychologically, these are the key frames. Ryan Day was starting to look
16.
good. He broke down on 59. He was unable to close it out. He's shaking his head because he expects Judd Trump to pop this for a 3-1 lead. Big blow to land. Just when it looked like it would be 2 apiece, Judd Trump gets within 1 of victory. But he won it. 3-1 he leads. He needs 1 more. He'll be into the last 32 of this British Open. It's one of the few tournaments he's never really done anything in. Of course, he didn't play in the early stagings because it was discontinued in 2004. That was a year before he turned professional. Came here last year, lost in this round to Hamad Mir. That was just before his great run. The next week he won the English Open. The week after that, Wuhan, then Northern Ireland, and then all the rest last season.
Nothing very easy there. I think Judd might be thinking that the way that Ryan Day's been playing, he's been a bit loose, and show a bit of patience, you'll end up with something, but it doesn't always work that way. Well, it was a good shot, but Ryan Day will be absolutely enraged that he's left that on because he just played a little roll up to the bunch. He tried a bit of a nothing shot, but if this goes in, he won't be pleased. Difficult shot, though, wasn't it?
Judd Trump 1.
You know, I was saying earlier, you know, these are short matches. Wouldn't take much of a burst from Ryan still from here. 3-1.
1.
He probably didn't expect to get as many chances as this.
Meanwhile, these the latest scores tonight, as you can see on your screen, Jack Jones 1 away, 3-0 up on Alfie Burden, Zhao Guodong and Mark Davis 1 each. Ashley Carty, in fact, just gone 3-0 against Long Zhihang. Still to come on table 1, Luca Brissell, Tian Peng Fei. Stuart Bingham takes on Bulchu Revez, of course, who beat Ali Carter last night. Steve Maguire against Liam Graham and Elliot Slesser against Martin O'Donnell.
4. 5. 12.
He wasn't entirely sure about that one. It just fell in off the top jaw.
Twenty. 21. 28. 29. 36. 37.
'Just that extra bit of pace, wasn't it?
Round A, 37.
Kind of sums up his evening, though. It was another opportunity. He had to really get into the black ball there to open the reds. And he's done that all right.
1.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me that tonight, his 14 shots, he's put a bit of a shoulder into the shots more so than he used to. Very powerful play, usually, Ryan. Almost not letting the cue do the work.
Stan Moody there. Can relax now after that terrific victory earlier against Michael Holt. There was a frame that went to a respot that was crucial. He won 4-0. Doesn't seem that long since Judd Trump was the teenager coming through.
8.
And that's the thing, time flies in sport. You've got to take your chances, make the most of them. Can Trump take this one, put himself in round 3?
Thirteen. 14.
'Well, there's no century on, but Judd Trump just wants to get the match won.
19.
As he plots a course in yet another tournament. Won 29 ranking titles now, one more than the great Steve Davis, only 2 behind John Higgins, who's in 3rd place on the list.
Yeah, I mean, of course, as you say, no century on, so the only way he can get one tonight is if he loses his frame and does it in the next, perhaps. But, of course, he wants to win a match, and a big event, this British Open. I know he's on the back of a golden run, but it's a big ranking
26.
event. As Dave said, it was not really going when
27.
he first come on the scene.
Jack Jones has beaten Alfie Burden 4-0 on table 2. That's what the applause is about.
34.
Alfie just conducting his own post-mortem.
That was the big shot it felt. That almost the last piece of the jigsaw, that one. Because everything else is an open play. Into a blind pocket. There's still a chance of a turnaround. There really is. Judd is not playing anywhere near his best. Ryan isn't either, but the chances are kind of coming for both players.
Seven. 8.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a closely fought match. Ryan Day won that tight second frame and really should have probably won the fourth as well. Has to nail this one clearly to put pressure on, take us into at least one more.
$13. 15.
Green, brown and blue needed.
$18.
Oh, is he over the top of the black? If so, it would be a bad mistake. Or can he just get to cue it? Not really. A bit of a distraction, the black ball. Well played.
22.
So Ryan Day holding on. It could have been over. But it could still be him going into round 3. Judd Trump has not killed it off. So Ryan Day closes the gap here in Cheltenham to 3-2.
Very nicely struck. Anytime he's forced a black and tried to go into reds, he has missed it. Or certainly on a number of occasions. Oh, not that time. Tell you, he deserved a better fate. The cue ball zipped back, having hit the reds the first time. But unluckily, nothing on. Just feel that Ryan Day is slowly creeping back into this match, almost coming on Judd Trump's blindside a bit. Playing the double. Without playing very well, he's kind of allowed himself to just be in this match now. He was 3-1 down and not really performing. Now he's got in there first. He's not a million miles away from a decider.
Great pot. He was just trying to sort of G the white up there to spring off the top cushion. Be nicer on the black. And that's why.
Round A1.
Just one of those nasty little cutbacks. The black nearly surrendered to the pocket.
Yeah, I think you could see what he was trying, just to disturb a couple of the reds, which that section of the shot he got.
One.
Be quite rare for Judd Trump to take this long trying to work out a shot when he's actually at the table. He's not in a snooker or anything. If the red goes to middle, it's a good shot.
5.
I think it does, yeah. A little straighter would have been more comfortable, and now can't help but move reds. Pink to the same pocket. Trying to make this break happen, but it's not easy in these shots. And what happens when the pink respots? If it respots, he'd like it to go on the black spot here. Don't know, it's a tight one. Well, that's handy for Judd, I think. If so, being marked again. Oh dear. Not handy now.
12.
We were all hoping for 1000th century, but the referee's more interested in absolute law and order and getting it right. Fair enough, it goes on that spot.
Judd trump, 12.
Just one more result. Ashley Carty's beaten Long Zhihang 4-0. Well, these are the scores tonight. Of course, Jack Jones victorious, Ashley Carty as well. Mark Davis 2-1 up on Zhao Guodong, and the remaining matches just about to get underway. Of course, on this table, they'll have to wait, but Stuart Bingham, Bushku Revers, and also Martin O'Donnell, Elliot Slesser can start soon.
Well, it was a shot he was forced into, and he probably had to get.
Eight. Nine.
So at one stage, Trump was looking good to win 4-1, but Ryan Day with the opening to take us the distance. Supposed to be a sort of celebratory night for Trump, wasn't it? All the talk of the centuries. It could be potentially a very disappointing one. He gets knocked out of the tournament.
16. $17.
Played that well. There was quite a wide angle on the red, but he held it. Nasty for blue. Yeah, maybe he just started to think, hang on a minute, I could still play a huge part in this match.
22.
Now, is there a red through the gap that goes here? If so, he's a little fortunate. Yeah, I think he's on that one. Oh, no.
Brandy, 22.
Well, if he does lose his smash, he really cannot say that he's had no chances. He had any number.
One.
Yeah, I mean, you can see he's missed more than Trump has from the pot success, down at 82%. It has increased for Day, but not quite enough.
9.
So Judd Trump then, can he get it one here?
That's not a good shot. He may still be able to get to a red, but
16.
he didn't want to just push that red to the point where it won't pot directly. But the middle one goes. Don't know why he seems to be struggling
17.
tonight. Maybe his mind was on, as I said earlier, the landmark so close to 1,000 centuries. But this is a match he's just got to win and make it any number more in this event. He's trying hard. It's just not been his night, really. Still got a chance to win the match here, though.
Let's be honest, though, we've said several times over the last few years, haven't we, early in tournaments, you know, Judd's not necessarily at his brilliant best, and then fast forward a few days, there he is holding the trophy, builds himself in. He's tough to beat, and maybe still, with the fact that he always is on the main table, he's sort of developed an aura here where it's almost worth a couple of frames. We've seen that before with the likes of O'Sullivan and, of course, Stephen Hendry before that. Kind of feel like you're playing on his table. Ryan Day, though, you're right, has had a lot of chances,
31.
including in this frame. Will he get another one?
Well, he might not if this cannon works out. If he does try and move the 2 reds, he could play on the loose one, however. That's the cannon, delightful. Wasn't difficult, but he has played it nicely.
38.
So now 2 red blacks still means the left-hand red comes into play. There'll be 35 in it if he does that. With 35 on. Playing up on the blue means that you'll definitely need
39.
these 2 reds. No way around it.
$44. 45.
Just one good positional shot from black to red. Should see him through. I think he can reach this.
52.
Well, Ryan Day will be very disappointed because we definitely are taking this to a decide, and then who knows what would have happened. But this is match ball.
53.
Still plenty of time this week for milestones and landmarks. We didn't see it tonight, but we're going to see Judd Trump in the next round.
60. 62. 65. 69.
Well, Where's this one going? Probably in the middle, but never know at the end of matches frames where he's going. So, yep, keeping things in order here. Don't know what kind of marks out of 10 he'd give, but I don't think it'd be any more about 5 or 6. But a win's a win.
18 from now.
The key number tonight was 4. That was the target, and Judd Trump has got there. Ryan Day did have chances that he didn't take, but Trump getting plenty of applause here from this Cheltenham crowd, who look forward to seeing him in the last 32 of the British Open. He's got the job done by 4 frames to 2.